The designer directly influences the designed. The designers of machine learning algorithms establish a hypothesis, a question to investigate. A parameter is set and variables are chosen. Data is then fed into these specified conditions. Each inch of clay is a human life, translated into a data set. They are reduced and abstracted into data points, quantitative or qualitative, a number or a label. They can only be limiting, as to enable the machine to compute and identify patterns. Aspects of one's life are extracted, taken out of context, resolution reduced. It starts off rough, a sketch of what it could be. The more data an algorithm is fed, the more refined it becomes. Training a machine learning algorithm requires an immense amount of data, and the industry is expanding more quickly than the world has data. And so, this data might not even be ethically or fairly sourced, as companies and researchers succumb to breaching data privacy laws or using simulated data. The technology recognizes patterns. Patterns are patterns, but it is important to remember that correlations are not causations. Algorithms have the ability to justify their own results, inferring their own meanings, creating a false reality. Their computing power is able to devastatingly amplify real-world systemic injustices with the utmost efficiency. It is the designer's responsibility to assess the results and feedback them into the next iteration. I push and prod the form's walls throughout its progress. This continuous interaction between the algorithm and its maker is crucial. These feedbacks, pushed by the researchers, are imperative to hone their algorithms, fine-tune, and come closer to becoming a reliable technology, one with a high confidence level. A great algorithm must have been fed immense data and gone through cycles of feedback, preparing them for any scenario, minimizing anomalies. Machines might not make mistakes, but these technologies are trained by humans who do. People have their biases and prejudices. The algorithm, who does not recognize the difference between good and bad, learns both from the decisions of their makers. It internalizes their inclinations, adopts their beliefs. Just like the brain, this artificial one is plastic, changing and adapting as a result of experience, or perhaps according to the data set it's fed. Neural network plasticity. Its malleability is mimicked in the clay, giving it the power to course correct and return to processing reliable rings of data. It is the learning in machine learning. However, when a program had been built atop a biased system, how would it ever be able to reflect the real world? When the misogyny, racism, and elitism is so rampant in our tech industries, how can we trust it to perform with just, as it decides our futures? Our job prospects, financial futures, political leanings, our healthcare, transportation, and education systems. We can't just slap patches on systemic inequality. When the foundation itself is fragile, things will collapse. The designer directly influences the designed. They have authorship over technologies that impacts communities. The algorithm assumes a flat plane, an equal, unbiased world devoid of gray. The algorithm, prone to so much bias, has to be designed with care and softness. The false absolute of numbers means that whatever that the algorithm outputs would have power over whole human lives. It will not listen and negotiate, individually take things into account. The technology is able to scale, multiply, amplify these false absolutes within seconds. It could be groundbreaking. It could be destructive. Its precarity is terrifying.